Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rock and Roll Squad coming at you with my review of The Kitchen. So, The Kitchen is a recently released adaptation of a Vertigo comic book miniseries about three women taking over the Irish mob in Hell's Kitchen after their husbands are arrested in 1978. Quick takes on it. It's decent. I enjoyed it, but it's formulaic mob movie. You know, it's yeah. However, the cast is actually really good, mainly in how well they work off each other and the chemistry between them, and that actually does kind of bring it, give it a little bit of extra oomph. Speaking of the cast, we've got Melissa McCarthy as Kathy Brennan. Now, I want to be clear on this. I'm not a fan of Melissa McCarthy. I don't actively dislike her, but most of the roles I've seen her in, I didn't enjoy. I didn't like them. I have seen her. I have seen comedic performances from her that I did find funny, but most of her comedic performances I haven't. This, however, her dramatic role is actually very good. Anyway, so Melissa McCarthy plays Kathy Brennan. She's a devoted wife and mother of two. At first, she's reluctant to become a criminal, but she actually proves to be rather talented at various criminal enterprises. So, next up, we got Tiffany Haddish as Ruby O'Carroll. She's the wife of the head of the Irish mob, and as a black woman, in the '70s, she's an outsider in the community. Elizabeth Moss as Claire Wells, who's an abused wife of one of the Irish mobsters. She kind of revels in the violence of what the three do, what the three of them do. Next up, we've got Domhnall Gleeson as Gabriel O'Malley. He's a Vietnam vet and former enforcer for the Irish mob, who has recently returned, who had actually skipped town for a while, and has recently returned for his own reasons. Bill Camp as Alfonso Coretti. He's a boss of an Italian crime family in Brooklyn that forms an alliance with the ladies. And finally, we got Common as Gary Silvers, who's one of the FBI agents responsible for the arrest of the husbands of Kathy, Ruby, and Claire. And he is important to the story, but working into the breakdown, it just didn't work for me. So, speaking of the breakdown of the movie, three members of the Irish mob, Jimmy Brennan, Kevin O'Carroll, and Rob Walsh, are arrested and sent up for 4 years in 1978. I think it was maybe 3 years, actually, now that I think about it. But anyways, their wives, Kathy, Ruby, and Claire, are told that they'll be taken care of by the family. But when they're basically just given a pittance, they're blown off by the new boss. So the women end up the ladies end up discovering that, there's actually quite a few people in the neighborhood who haven't been paying their protection money. So they start going around to those who haven't paid up, find out, okay, why? I've been given protection money, but I'm not getting anything out of it. There's spray paint on the walls. I had some kids come in last week, rob and shoplift. And then they came back and held me up a full day's money. So they decided, okay, well, you know what? We'll take over protection. You pay us, we'll actually give you something for it. And this, of course, does not go over well with the leadership. So Duffy and Burns, a couple of enforcers, are sent to deal with them. Duffy is, of course, Kathy's cousin, though, and Kathy talks him and Burns into siding with them. So they do. And so the boss, Little Jackie, goes after them, going so far as to attempt to assault and rape Claire, which is stopped by Gabriel showing up. When he shows up, he shoots Little Jackie in the head, and then Gabriel disposes of the body and teaches the ladies how to properly do so. And they take over Hell's Kitchen. Anyways, as the movie goes on, they take over Hell's Kitchen and they consolidate their power and start pushing outwards influence-wise, including helping to get a bunch of the local construction workers, including Kathy's dad, a long-term job. However, this catches the eye of Alfonso Cuaretti, who has invites them to a meeting where and informs them that their husbands will be out sooner rather than later. 16 months on maybe 3 or 4 year sentence, which honestly that's not that unheard of. But Cuaretti offers to basically back the women up when their husbands come home, and also surprisingly accepts Ruby's demand of additional territory. So the guys come home, and they're various ways. They have various negative reactions to what their wives have been doing. Eventually, a hit gets put out on all of them, 25,000 apiece, and so Cuaretti informs of this, the ladies of this, and Ruby basically makes a counter offer of, okay, well, here's, we don't know who's involved. This person, $100,000 for all of them. He's like, okay. And there's a little bit of negotiating about who all is going to be targeted in this. And one of the people involved actually does manage to kill one of the ladies, but gets killed for the effort. After that, the two surviving ladies kind of drift apart. Tensions mount between them. You can tell there's a real wedge being driven between them, and this all leads to a confrontation between them. And that is basically where the movie ends. So, ups and downs of the movie. I thought it was well acted, and the leads have excellent chemistry with each other. They really could not have picked a better cast, or main cast at least. The plot is decent. It's not great. It's pretty well shot. It's fairly well shot though, so there is that. Now this has no bearing on anything at all. It's just that I really like seeing the old Warner Brothers and New Line logos in the beginning of the film. Especially that old New Line logo reminded me, brought back memories of the various times I've watched the original Nightmare on Elm Street. And while I will talk the movie up, because it is a good movie, it's not great. It's nothing really special. In fact, it is rather paint by numbers. It's a mob movie. If you've seen one, you've seen them all, really. Also, there are some plot points, especially later in the movie, that really just feel like they came out of left field. It's like, whoa, hold up. Time out. Could we have maybe had some lead in to at least suspect this was going to happen? I mean, it's like that old story, that saying, put a gun in a drill in the first act, use it in the third act. This is show a gun in possession of somebody else, and then somehow it's being used by this person that shouldn't have gotten it. Because there's been no build-up to show how they got it. Yeah. I'm rambling a little bit at this point. Overall, it's a good movie, but it's nothing spectacular. And again, as I mentioned earlier, it's fairly paint-by-numbers plot-wise. I would say the only thing that really saves it from mediocrity is the cast. In the end, I gotta give it a 3 out of 5. Nothing special, But I mean, if you do enjoy mob movies, I would if you're someone who enjoys mob movies, however, I would definitely recommend it. Anyway, that is it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal are in the description box down below. Hit the notification icon hit the bell icon to be notified when I put new content. This is Rockwell Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.